Okay, so we do a little story first. And a is my variable. It's being divided by negative 5. Add 3. That equals 18. We're going to subtract 3. And then we're going to multiply it by negative 5. That's the two inverse operations that we're going to use. So first, my left side and my right side, we're going to do minus 3. Minus 3. 18 minus 3 is 15. 3 and minus 3 is 0. Negative a over 5 comes down. That's checked. Now we're going to multiply both sides by negative 5. So multiply negative 5, multiply negative 5. 5 times negative 15 is negative 75. Over here, the 5 and the 5 simplifies to 1, and a negative times a negative is a positive, so we get a, or 1a. Our check, 18 equals negative a over 5 plus 3. So notice what, check, we're substituting, we're replacing, we're taking the a out. Right? So, and in here, I'm going to take this guy over here, negative 75, I'm going to put it over here. I'll put negative 75. Let me just write that again. So, we put negative 75 here. First of all, we can deal with a negative, so that's, 18. Now we have a negative and a negative, and a negative and a negative becomes a positive, right? So this, we can change that, and I don't like that, so we can just write 75 over 5, because it's going to be positive anyway, plus 3. So 18 equals, and 75 over 5 is 15, plus 3. Does that equal 18? 50 plus 3 is 18, which is 18 on the other side. Okay. Again, our story, we have a variable, and that's w. Divide by 4 minus 6 equals negative 5. So inverse operation of minus 6 is plus 6. And then we multiply by 4. So again, same thing. Left and right, minus plus 6 and plus 6. Minus 6 and plus 6 is 0. W positive w over 4 comes down. Negative 5 plus 6 is 1. That's done. Now we multiply both sides by times 4, right? So times 4 over here and times 4 over here. 1 times 4 is 4. And then 4 divided by 4, right? This is going to be 1. And we get W. Check. Negative 6 plus W over 4 equals negative 5. And then over here, I take the W out. I'm going to take that 4. Let me change colors. And put that 4 over here. That 4 is going to be here, right? So I'll put it over here. So negative 6 plus, and 4 divided by 4 is 1 equals negative 5. Negative 6 plus 1, if you do that on your calculator, get negative 5, which equals negative 5. So everything is okay. Variable is x, and it's times negative 9, and then minus 7, and that equals negative 7. So going backwards, we're going to do plus 7 on both sides, and then divide it by negative 9. Okay. Left and right. So first is plus 7, plus 7, plus 7. That's 0, and this one goes away. It's 0 too, but we don't have to write because I'm bringing down negative 9x here. Negative 9 times x. That's done. So now I have to divide by negative 9. Divide by negative 9. Negative 9 divided by negative 9 is just 1. 1 times x is just x. And 0 divided by negative 9 is 0. So let's do our check. Negative 9 times x minus 7 equals negative 7. Take that x over here out, and then instead of its place, I'm going to put 0. So let me put negative 7 over here, negative 7 over here, because I'm going to need a couple lines. So negative 9 times 0, what's negative 9 times 0? It's 0. And then 0 minus 7. And what's 0 minus 7 is negative 7. So everything checks out. Next one. My variable is n. And we're dividing by 5. And then plus 4 equals 0. So I'm going to do minus 4, then times 5. So again, left and right, minus 4, minus 4. 4 minus 4 is 0, so that goes away, but n over 5 comes down. And 0 minus 4 is negative 4. That's okay. So now that's done. Now we do the second part. Times 5, times 5, then times 5. That goes away. N comes down. 5 times negative 4 is negative 20. Let's do a check. 0 equals 4 plus n over 5. So, and over here, I'm going to erase this. And I'm going to put negative 20. So again, 0 equals 4 plus, and if you do this in your calculator, right, if you do this in your calculator, negative 20 divided by 4, sorry, negative 20 divided by 5 is negative 4. Right, so that equals negative 4. So 0 equals, and what's 4 plus negative 4? That is a 0. Next one. My variables are being divided by 20, and then minus 5, and that equals negative 4. So we're going to do plus 5, and then we're going to times 20. So plus 5, plus 5. Negative 5 plus 5, this is 0, so we don't have to write the 0. And then r over 20 comes down, and then negative 4 plus 5 is 1. That's done. Now we're going to do times 20, so I'm going to take this and multiply by 20, and this is multiplied by 20. 20 times 1 is 20, so that's okay. And over here, 20 divided by 20 is just 1, so, and 1 times r is just r. Check. So remember, I'm going to take the r out, and over here, I'm going to take this guy, 20, and I'll put it here. I change. So negative 4. 20 divided by 20 is 1, and 1 minus 5, right? So negative 4 equals 1 minus 5, which is negative 4 as well. Next one, we have variable y as being divided by negative 6 and then plus 5. And that gives me negative 1. So over here, I'm going to do minus 5 and then times, right, the opposite of division is multiplication, times negative 6. So let's do that. Minus 5, minus 5. So 5 minus, so left and right, sorry. 5 minus 5 is 0. So I'm going to bring down negative y over 6. And over here, negative 1 minus 5 is negative 6. Now the second thing we do is times negative 6. So times negative 6 times negative 6. Negative 6 times negative 6 is a positive because a negative times a negative is a positive. It becomes 36. here a negative and a negative becomes positive, so that goes away, and the 6 divided by 6 also goes away, so we're left with just y. So y equals 36. Let's do our check. Negative 1 equals, what is that? 5 minus y over 6. Remember what we're doing? We're taking this y out, right? We're taking that y out. And instead, we're going to put 36. So over here, I'll put 36. So negative 1 equals 5 minus, what's 36 divided by 6? 36 divided by 6 is 6. Negative 1 equals, and what's 5 minus 6? That's negative 1. Variable is v divided by 3 minus 9 equal 8. So first thing we do, we're going to do plus 9, and then we're going to do divide. Opposite of division is multiplication, and then times 3. Let's do plus 9 here. Plus 9 here, right? Check. 8 plus 9 is 17. Negative 9 plus 9 is 0, so that goes away. And v over 3 comes down. Now we're going to do times 3. Times 3. Times 3. This and this goes away. V comes down. And 17 times 3 is 51. Over here, let's do a check. V over 3 minus 9 equal 8. So we're going to do a check. So let's take this out. And put the 51 over here. Right? So 51 divided by 3 is 17. And then minus 9 equals 8. And what's 17 minus 9? Is 8. So, you know. One second, please. One second, guys. Here, we need to do the Strudel property first. So 2 times n is 2n. Then positive times a positive, 2 times 5 is 10. Equals 2. Now we can do the story. Here's my variable n. What's happening? Multiply by 2 plus 10 equals 2. So the first inverse operation we're going to do is minus 10 and then divide by 2. So let's do that. Left and right. We're going to do minus 10 here and minus 10 here. 2n 10 minus 10 is 0. That goes away. And 2 minus 10 is negative 8. Divide this by 2 now, right? Now we do this. Divide by 2. Divide by 2. 2 divided by 2 is 1. 1 times n is n. And negative 8 divided by 2 is negative 4. Let's do our check. 2n plus 10 equals 2. We're going to take this n over here, and we're going to do times negative 4. So, now we can do this. 2 times negative 4 is negative 8. And then plus 10 equals 2. Negative 8 plus 10 is 2 positive, which equals 2 on the other side. Yeah. Okay. Next one, I have a, sorry guys, a distraction here. Variable is m. It's currently being multiplied by negative 9, and then plus 1, and that gives me negative 80. So first we're going to do minus 1 to both sides, and then divide by negative 9. Left and right. So we're going to do minus 1, minus 1. Positive 1 and minus 1 is just 0. And then negative 9m comes down. Negative 80 minus 1 is negative 81. Alright, so now we do divide by negative 9. So divide by negative 9. Divide by negative 9. Negative 9 divided by negative 9 is 1. 1 times n is just n. And over here, negative 81 divided by negative 9 is a 9, because negative divided by negative is a positive. Check. Negative 9m plus 1 equals negative 80. Okay, so now I'm going to come over here. Times, right, so I'm going to take that 9, and I'm going to bring it over here. Negative 9 times 9 is negative 81. Plus 1 equals negative 80. Negative 81 plus 1 is negative 80. That is negative 80 on this side. So we are good. Variables n being divided by negative 2. Then minus 10. So we're going to do plus 10, and then we're going to times negative 2. Left and right. Plus 10. Plus 10. Negative 6 plus 10 is 4. Minus 10 and plus 10 is 0. So negative n over 2 comes down. Now we're going to multiplied by negative 2, so multiplied by negative 2, multiplied by negative 2. Negative 2 times 4 is negative 8. Negative times a negative is a positive, so that goes away. And then 2 divided by 2 goes away, and we have left with n. So n equals negative 8. Equals negative n. So this one is tricky because it's the substitution is scary, right? Because you have to be really, really careful. So I'm going to take the letter n out, and I'm going to replace it with negative 8. So I'm going to come over here and put negative 8. Like that. Negative 6, and then here we have a negative and a negative. So negative and negative is going to be positive. So that's going to change to positive. Right? So you can, if you want it, you can even write it like that. Right? So that negative and that negative becomes positive and changes to that if you want. Negative 6 equals 8 divided by 2 is 4 minus 10, and then negative 6 again. 4 minus 10 is negative 6. Everything looks good. we have a variable b, which is being divided by -4, and then plus 8 equals 5. Then we're going to do -8 on both sides, and then times -4. Left and right, we're going to do -8 and -8. 5 minus 8 is -3. 8 minus 8 is 0, so that goes away. So we're going to bring down positive b over -4. Times, so now we're going to do times -4, so times -4, and then times -4. -3 times -4 is 12. Positive, because a negative times a negative is a positive. And over here, we can, -4 divided by -4 is 1. 1 times b is just b. So b is 12. 8 plus b divided by -4 equals 5. So right now, let's take the b out, right? And over here, I'm going to take this guy over here, 12, and I'm going to put him over here. So 8 plus, what's 12 divided by -4? That's -3 equals 5. What's 8 plus -3? Well, that's 5, which equals 5 on the other side. Last question, I think. So now we have to do the sterility property. So -2, 4, 3. -9 times 10 is -90. -9 times y is -9y. Now we can make a story. My variable is 9. It's being multiplied by -9 and then -90. So we're going to do plus 90 and then divide by -9. Okay, so now we do, so left and right, plus 90, plus 90. Now -90 and 90 goes away, and then -9y comes down. Over here, -243 plus 90 equals -153. So now we do what? We divide by -9 and divide by -9. And y, well, -9 divided by -9 is 1. 1 times y is y. And -153 divided by 9 is 17. Check. -243 equals -90 minus 9y. So now I'm going to come here and change, oh my god, change, and put 17, take the 17 and put it over here. Like that, times 17. So -243 equals -90 minus, what's 9 times 17? 9 times 17 is 153. -243. And -90 minus 153 is exactly -253. So everything is okay. Hope that helps.